Yo, it's Izzles, aka the Ink Man. Welcome back to another video, guys. So today we're going to be doing almost like a comic development type of video. I have plans for my channel to have some really cool comics and stories be showcased here, like almost like video comics, I guess you can say in a sense. It's kind of hard to explain. I kind of would have to, I guess, showcase the first episode, which I do have ready and in the works. But basically, we're going to be doing some development for that. I'm going to kind of go into more detail about that in the video. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome to the video. So yeah, today we're going to be doing some artwork for almost like a comic cover or like a title page, but in the style of almost like box art. And the inspiration I got for this type of, like, I guess, box art design is going to be coming straight from Rockman, so Mega Man, but the Japanese box art. We don't talk about bad box art Mega Man. True Mega Man fans know what I'm talking about. But besides the point, we're going to be doing some almost like a title page in the style of like some Mega Man box art, which I thought would be pretty cool. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'm just inking Valiant here, the main character of this comic here. But yeah, the main inspiration for this style of a cover is coming straight from Mega Man. I'll be the first to tell you, I am a huge Mega Man fan. I am a Mega Man fanboy, and I'm not ashamed of admitting it. Mega Man is probably my favorite video game franchise of all time. Not lying to you. But yeah, I love Mega Man. It's such a huge part of my childhood. It's a huge inspiration for me being just who I am as a person. That series is like fond to my heart and my soul. It's kind of a shame that we haven't gotten a new game in quite a long time. Capcom, please, I'm begging you. Please give us Mega Man X9, give us Mega Man 12, give me something, please. But regardless, back to the drawing here. Yeah, we're working on Valiant. He's the main character of this comic series. So let me talk a little bit about Artless. So Artless is a series that takes place in an alternate reality to the main canon of My Sweet Globe, which is another comic series I want to work on, but that one has more continuity in like canonical events that's going on within that storyline. So it takes place in the same universe, but the I guess the origins of My Sweet Globe, those events played out differently, so we get this reality, which is Artless. So that's kind of the inspiration for this comic. So when I start working on My Sweet Globe, and you guys might be like, well, these characters are from Artless. Well, yeah, they're all these same characters in the same universe, but this is a more canonical story being told. So like the events that are happening are leading to a much bigger, broader story, and basically moral telling happening. So, but I wanted to have a story like Artless to kind of just express myself. Sometimes I get like inspired by just random stuff, so it's nice to have like a story like this that I can kind of like just go off and just be random, and I'm sure Artless will still have continuity within it, but it's nice to be able to have like just some fun, just wacky, like just one-off kind of stories here. So yes, so the arc that's happening now in Artless is essentially Valiant was late to class. He was late to gym class, and his teacher, Mr. Dodgeball, which we will see later on in the video, he basically challenges Valiant to some extra credit, and like you need this class. He needs to pass this class to go on to his field trip. He's really excited for, but he needs to pass this class in order to do so. But he was late, so the teacher was like, okay, I'm gonna have to give you an F today. But Valiant was like, come on, there's gotta be something I can do. And so he's like, well, there's extra credit, but it's not going to be an easy task. And he's like, well, I'm down for anything. So basically, the comic itself is in the story, is being told in the perspective of like kind of like Mega Man, where like he's going through all these different stages and courses or obstacle courses, and he'll battle one of his classmates at the end, almost like a Mega Man boss fight, which I kind of had the idea would be cool, but they're using dodgeballs to fight each other. you know, and everybody has like their own like special unique attacks and like, you know, skills and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of the story, like the background for Artlist. But I don't want to kind of talk too much about it. I don't want to spoil too much, so we're gonna move on to kind of talking a little bit more about the characters in this video. So the guy I was just coloring beforehand, before we got to this purple bird here, was Lanter. Lanter, he's based off of the sun, and he's kind of like a cool guy, you know. He's always got shades on. He's always like shining. You know, people are attracted to him. You know, he's kind of a ladies' man. So that's like my vibe with Lanter, him being like the sun and whatnot. The purple bird, that's Fen. Fen's kind of a nerdy guy, but he's pretty cool. He's very smart, obviously. He's a part of this unique species of purple birds that, you know, I have yet to come up with like a reason as to why they're purple and like what's the significance about that. All I know is that he's a part of a special race of bird people they have purple like feathers, but I kind of want to, you know, kind of dig a little bit deeper with that storyline, but and his origin. That fish guy that we just passed there, that was Crucian. Crucian's pretty cool. He's like, he's a fish, and he loves water, obviously, and he's kind of a dweeb, I guess you could say. But he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's friends with this girl here. They're close friends. This is Fabry. Fabry is a sweet girl. She's based on a bow or a ribbon. So that's kind of like what her origin for her name. Her name is a pun on fabric. So yeah, this is Fabry. She's nice, and there's another character that we'll see later on. He kind of has like a little bit of a crush on her, but yeah, he's something else. We're gonna see him very shortly. But yeah, Fabry's cool. I love her design. I love like just like her pigtails looking like almost like the ends of a bow. So maybe not the most original thing, but I don't know. I love it. It's great. Her palette's also amazing. So yeah, working on her here. And like it's crazy because like these characters were actually, I drew these characters a long time ago, like in like as like little doodles, and they evolved into this, which is amazing. It's like so cool to see it. This guy here, this is Cenero. Cenero is a hothead, literally, and he's literally a fireball, and he is he's very rowdy, and he can kind of turn up pretty fast. He is kind of like a rival to Valiant, so anybody who's a fan of Mega Man will know, like in Mega Man 2, the creators of Mega Man 2 purposely put Quick Man, which is supposed to be like the rival of Mega Man in that game, they purposely made his like character portrait on the boss select screen kind of pop out of the box to showcase to the player that he's like the main, I guess, rival to Mega Man. And I kind of did a similar thing with Cenero here. Him and Valiant always got beef, so you know he always got a problem with Valiant, so they're like rivals. So he's pretty cool. He's kind of got a bit of a potty mouth. He kind of talks like a sailor. That's like one of his biggest like traits as a character. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Then we have Blur. He's the one that has a crush on Fabry. Blur is based off of Sonic. He's huge inspiration of like his character design. Everything came from Sonic, and my love for the Sonic the Hedgehog series. So he has a lot of homage to Sonic a lot. Not only just his blue color, but just some of his antics and attitude as well. But he's a very close friend of Valiant, so that's cool. And he lives on an island within the world called Roller Isle, and he goes on his own adventures with his siblings and whatnot. So there's definitely going to be some comics kind of like focusing on him as the main character and whatnot. But yeah, Blur's cool. I love Blur. And then we have next character here. This is Fennel. Fennel is actually a foreign exchange student from a different world. And My Sweet Globe, the main story, the canonical story, goes into the more significance of the different worlds, but she is from a completely different world from the world that they're on. She comes from a world of Cyclops, which is why she's a Cyclops. But yeah, she's attending their school and basically trying to learn their ways and whatnot, and make new friends and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Fennel is very outgoing, very outspoken, kind of like just, you know, leap before you think, like, kind of person. Or is that the phrase? I don't know. You guys get it. Like, she doesn't really, she's all about action. She just does stuff and doesn't really think too much about it. She's very just kind of like confident in that way. And then this character here, this is Flare. Flare is also a very close friend of Valiant and Blur and Fennel. They are all kind of like, they're like the 4 main characters that always like go on adventures together. So yeah, it's really then those 4. But like, before they meet Fennel on a different world, it was Blur, Flare, and Valiant that are really close. Flare is also somewhat like a love interest of Valiant. You know, kind of like, you know, 2 kids that kind of crush on each other, but, you know, don't know how to come out and say it. So that's going to be a part of their development, which I think is going to be pretty cool. But Flare is a really sweet girl. She's more like a researcher. She kind of is the catalyst in the original story, or the canonical story of why they get into like finding new worlds and stuff, because she does research. Her father was a researcher, so she kind of like has the same knack for it, and she starts to kind of research their world and some of the old origins of their world, that and some of the notebooks that her father has of, you know, like where their world was, like what it was like, you know, years ago. And that kind of goes into like how they find the different worlds and whatnot, because apparently there's something really special about the world that they live on that they'll find out as the story progresses. But yeah, My Sweet Globe is I'm very excited to work on that story and like really start writing it and like getting some main story beats down and whatnot. I've been like writing little things every now and then, but I really want to get like really into it, so I'm excited for that, and hopefully like making videos like this will really inspire me to get those thoughts going. But yeah, I want to talk about who we're coloring right now. This is Mr. Dodgeball. Mr. Dodgeball is the main antagonist of this entire arc, as you would expect. You know, he's the teacher who gave him this hard task. Of course he would be the final boss, right? You know, it only makes sense. So yeah, he is he's pretty formidable. Some of the design inspirations for Mr. Dodgeball is surprisingly Dr. Eggman, as you can tell by his mustache and whatnot, and All Might. Can you believe it? Can you see it? He does kind of look like All Might combined with Eggman, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, he's going to be the main antagonist of this entire arc, so that's going to be cool to see the final battle between him and Valiant, how that will play out. That'll be quite interesting, don't you guys think? We're coming towards the end here. I was just adding the sky and some of the, you know, other details. As you can see, there's the Artlist logo there, and yeah, it turned out great. You guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed creating it. It was fun coming up with this, you know, design based off of a franchise I love so much, using my own original characters, and it came out so great. So, and yeah, I'm really proud of it. It looks great. Let me know in the comments what you guys like the most about this box art, cover art hybrid. If there's any character that you really liked or resonated with you. Or another good question is if you saw this on the shelves in a game store, would you pick this up? I think as a child, if I seen something like this on a shelf, I would be immediately drawn to it, just the bright colors and whatnot. But yep, so that was fun making that. Also, stay tuned on the channel. There will be a pilot episode for Artlist, a video comic series that basically I'll be doing here. And this box art is kind of like a title spread of that arc that we'll be going into for the first episode. So yeah, stay tuned for that on the channel. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you really loved it, maybe consider subscribing. Also share the video with anyone you feel, you know, would resonate with my content. All these things would really help my channel, and I truly appreciate it. If you stayed to the end to finish the video and watch it all the way through, I appreciate you very much. You are a real one. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you today. As always, my friends, let's keep inking our stories together, and I'll see you on the next page. Peace.